into my Langstroth Hive. It is a little bit raining, not a whole lot, just a little bit, but that is enough to cause a little bit of concern. I don't want to leave them in the package. It's not a good situation for the bees. The package isn't really the way that they want to be kept. So I am going to be installing them in the rain, which is all right. It just means that we're going to just make sure that we take our time and take it slow and easy. I am just sitting down right now, giving a little bit of an explanation about what I'm going to be doing in this hive because we are. I've got all my things around and ready to go. I've got the package of bees themselves, which actually, I'll grab them. They're pretty calm and quiet right now. They're being good girls. They're packed in pretty densely, but there's not a whole lot of dead bees on the bottom, which is what we want to see. We don't want a whole lot of dead bees on the bottom of the box. Other than that, they look pretty good. They're all to one side of the box, which is usual for a package of bees. They are all crowded on the same side as the queen, which is a good sign. It means they're liking her. We still don't want her to be released immediately when we put them into the hive because we don't know how long they have been together with this queen. So we don't know whether or not they're going to accept her right away. We want a slow release. So we've got some marshmallows set aside to close up the queen cage and make sure that she doesn't just pop right out of there. Go. Let's set those girls back aside for a second. Sorry, tipped over a little bit. And talk about what a package of bees is. Packages of bees are sold in different weights and sizes, but a usually really standard weight and size for a package of bees is 3 pounds. 3 pounds of bees is about 10,000 of the girls, which sounds like a lot, but really isn't. Sounds like a lot, really isn't a lot of bees, and they are just kind of clustered up and huddled together inside of this box. They don't have any drawn comb. They do have a can in there with sugar syrup in it, so they will have access to food if they need it, so they can stay in the box for a day or two if you have to leave them in the box. But it's not a good thing for the bees to stay in there. They want to be in a hive. So if you can, you want to put them into a hive, which is what we are going to be doing in spite of the weather. This hive is mostly covered by this rhododendron. I don't know if you can see it up there, but it's a really massive rhododendron, and it is mostly covering that hive. So we've got a bit of cover from the rain, and it's not raining super hard anyway, so I'm not too concerned about popping them in the hive in spite of the rain. Things you'll want to know. When bees aren't in a hive, it's not really a good idea to put smoke on them. I've not lit my smoker for the installation I did earlier today, and I'm not going to light it now. You may want a spray bottle with some sugar syrup in it, and actually I've got one over here that I can show you. This is a spray bottle. It's got a bit of sugar syrup in it. This one's sprayer nozzle is actually not working, which is part of the reason why I'm not going to be using it. It's not a strictly necessary thing. It's just something nice that it might be convenient to have. Let's see. You'll probably want a pair of pliers or something that you can grip the can with because it's flush to the top of the package. Let me pick it back up and show it to you again. So here's the can at the top. It is flush to the top of the package, which means if you try and just grip it and pull it out, that's going to be really difficult. But if you have like a pair of pliers or something that you can lift it with, that's awesome. Most packages, well, some do, some don't. Some packages have a thin sheet of wood over the top of this just to make sure that everything stays stuck down and secure. This one doesn't, but it doesn't need it. It's a nice extra level and layer of security, but this box is built pretty well, and everything is securely in place, so it's not really a concern. Inside of that package is going to be a queen cage. That is a smaller box that has a queen inside of it. The queen is integral to the hive. She is necessary for the hive's continued existence because she is what lays the eggs and causes the babies to happen. And without babies, those bees are going to age and die, and you won't have bees anymore in 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, if it's warm enough out. But she is a new queen. She is a young queen in a package of bees. So she may not be accepted by the bees that are in that package, because a package of bees is just a bunch of bees scooped up and dumped into a box, probably from several different hives. Certainly not from the small queen rearing box. Well, some of them will be, but probably not from the small queen rearing box that she was raised in. She may have been kept with them long enough that they'll accept her, but she may not. So what you want to do is make sure that you install her cage and all inside of your hive so that she gets released slowly. Now, some queen cages will come with a candy plug in one end already installed, and some of them won't have that candy plug. They'll just have a bit of cork in the end. Now, either way, you're going to want to pry out that cork to either expose the candy plug or to put a bit of candy in there yourself. A bit of marshmallow is perfect for that, and I've already got some marshmallow around so that I can just shove it in and go. Let's see here. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about before we get started, so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to want to do is get ourselves kitted out. We're going to want a pair of gloves because the inside of the hive is going to be a really sticky place. Go. So let's see if we can't put on some gloves. And there we have it. Now we're going to want to open up the hive and get it prepared to stick the queen in, because we want everything ready to go before we go opening up that package. So let's come over and pull the lid off of the hive and set it aside, and pull the inner cover off of the hive and set it aside. Then what we're going to want to do is take out some of these frames. Now, I don't know if you watched my previous hive inspection video, but these frames are pretty well stuck in, so I'm going to want to use my hive tool for this. And I just want the frames out from the middle. So I'm just going to break the seal on those. And because there haven't been any bees in here since the last time I did this, it should be pretty easy. There we go. Perfect. Okay. We're just going to take and set these frames aside as well. So this one is the one that we broke last time. But that's all right. That actually means it's perfect for attaching our queen to it. So we're going to set this one up front because that's the one that we're going to use for the queen. Separate off some more frames. We want a nice wide opening in the top here for dumping our bees in. So we get I've got 3 to each side. Let's see, maybe 2 more so that I have 2 on each side. Oh, that one's stuck down pretty well. There we go. That's got a little bit of honey in it. Awesome. Set it aside. Alright, and actually, you know what? I'm going to leave 1 on that side. Okay. Then what we're going to do is toss that aside for a moment and toss our scarf aside and pull out 2 rubber bands. There we go, we've got 2 of them. And wrap them around this empty frame that we set aside. I'm just going to pop them from the bottom to the top. And then slide them to the middle because we want her to be in the middle. There we go. Oh, hello. That shouldn't be pulled out like that. I think I just didn't put it back in straight the first time. That is my entrance reducer. Go, and then I think that actually might be wider than her cage. That could be a problem. Let's see. Could be, might not be. We shall find out soon enough. We shall find out soon enough whether or not that she fits in there. Alright, and then we've got a red lid to cover the entrance of the package. And actually something interesting about red, which a lot of beekeepers know, but bees aren't capable of seeing red. They're actually red colorblind, which means red shows up as black or gray or white if it's a light enough red to bees. They can't perceive it as red like we do, which is really interesting, I think, anyway. We've got our package there. All right, let's see if we can pull it over here. Can you guys see it on the ground? No, you can't. Okay. Well, let's see. What do we want to do? Well, we want our red lid and we want our pliers, and we're going to move up to the top of the hive for this part. So, up on top of the hive now, and let's grab this frame and set it right in front of our entrance for the moment. Go without having it fall. Oh, put a hole in my glove and just pull my finger back inside of it. That'll be good enough. I'm not terribly worried, I just don't want to get sticky. Thank you. Are you interested? I'm going to put this box of bees in this box. I already got my honey for the year, so, but thank you though. Have a nice day. You too. Alright. Then we're just going to grab the can with our pliers and slowly, gently lift it out firmly and slide our lid across. And then turn the can over and set it over here for now. Alright, and we are done with the pliers. Okay, now let's see. Now we're going to want to slide the queen out. And they aren't going to want to let her go, but just as easily as we can. Just wiggling her out and then closing it back over. There we go. And we'll just shake those bees all down in there. Alright, and have a look at our queen. A couple more bees off. I probably should have put my veil on first. Oh well. See if I can't nudge some of those bees off of there. Brush a couple more off. There you go. Girls. All right, now let's see if we can't show you this queen. She is right inside of there. I don't know if you can see her, but she is right inside of there, and she has a red dot on her back. She's marked red because this is 2018. There we go. All right, so we are going to take and set her aside for a moment and grab one of our marshmallows. And then take our knife. Hi there, honey. Yep, you're a pretty babe. You are a very beautiful little baby. Hi. Yes. Okay, we're going to take our knife and jam it into the cork in the end. Aha, this one's coming out much easier than the last one did. And take and remove the cork, and as we remove it, slide our finger over the hole so that she cannot escape. Set that cork aside and take our marshmallow and shove it in so that she still can't escape, but so that the bees can eat their way through the marshmallow to free her. Go, want it just nice inside there. All right, see, marshmallow shoved into the hole. Okay. And then, yeah, I definitely think this queen cage is narrow enough that those rubber bands may not hold her. Okay, well, in that case, what we're going to do is we're just going to set her on the bottom because the rubber bands will keep her from rocking left and right. And then she will be even more central to the hive because this frame is going in the top. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, the cage is on top. I've got that box on top of the hive, which is keeping me from putting the frame with the queen on it into the hive. All right, we're gonna have to move the box of bees. And then take and just set our queen into the hive. Slide her in tightly, and then what I'm going to do is set another frame in next to her to make sure that she is protected. So let's just take and set that frame down in next to her as well, so that she's pretty central to the hive, and the bees can smell her and see her. And all right, now we are ready to go, and I do think I'm going to pop a veil on for this part because we're about to shake the bees in. All right, veiled up. Okay, lift our package back up to the top of the hive. Actually, I'm going to move my hive tool away. And then remove our red lid. Shake the bees off of it, and then turn the package over and shake the bees into the hive. All right. Just going to take and turn them over and tap them real quick, because they have got a cluster right here that wasn't shaking out. All right, there we go. And then I'm just going to take and set the box next to the entrance so that they can get up and in when they are ready, the few that are left inside the box. And set that red lid aside for later. Oh, fingers popped back out again. There we go. And then I think I'll bring you guys over and show you what's going on inside. So let's down. There we go. All right. And put the rest of our frames slowly and gently back in with the bees. Just letting them rest, letting it rest on the backs of the bees there. Just letting it slowly sink in. Which is one of the hard things with frames, because if you run into a lump of bees like that, you don't want to just push down on them. You're just going to end up crushing bees. Actually, I'm going to take this back off. We're done with that. There we go, and then we've got one last frame to put in. Connection's just not good today. I think it's the rain, but sometimes it is like that. Alright, and that one, because the other frames are tilted, is not going in. So let's see if we can just pull it back out. Yeah. We've got some bees clinging to it already. That's awesome. Normally I would not put frames in front of the entrance like that, but because this package of bees is a package of bees, I'm not worried. Go. Right, and let's just scooch those frames a little straighter if we can. Encourage them to be straight. There we are. Alright, and then set back our hive tool aside and try again. Go. There we are. Okay, and my glove is stuck. And that does it. That package of bees is now in that hive. There we are. Alright, we've been streaming for 23 minutes so far. And, oh, looks like there's some water on the lens maybe. There we go, see if that helps. That better? A little bit, maybe? Nah, we're gonna have to end this up. Let's see if we can't tap a couple more bees into the box. Alright. Tap them good and down, and then good and out, and there we go. A couple more clumps of bees inside the box. And let's dust off this can and set it aside. Oh, hive tool. That'll get in the way real quick. Do we think we can get any more bees out of there? One last tap maybe? Yeah, we can. Okay. And set the top board on. And then I'm going to show you something that I really like. Oh, just got my scarf really wet. That's okay. This is my favorite style of feeder. It is a hive top feeder, which means it sits on top of the hive. It is white and plastic and has an entrance right in the middle so that they can go up straight through the center hole in the top board. Oh, please excuse me. And then it's got a cup which sits over the inner cone that has very small and thin ridges in it so that the bees can cling in it and don't drown. It sets right inside there in a little ridge so that it gets locked in and doesn't move around, and then you can fill this whole tub up with bee feed, sugar syrup, to whatever percentage of syrup that you like to do. So I'm going to set this right on top of the hive in preparation for the future. There we go. Right on top and right in the center. All right. And that bottle of sugar syrup that we had that isn't spraying, I'll just take the top off and fill my feeder with that for the moment. I'm not worried about putting sugar syrup into the top of the hive to lead them to it. They'll find it. They'll be able to find it. That's not a concern. All right. And I think that's it for me today, guys. I will see you guys later. Bye. Oh, where's my end button?